Here's my quick and dirty version of the classic Greek dish, Spanakopita. I call this recipe Spanakopita Rustica because it's just that. This beautiful free-form spinach pie, cheesy, creamy, and delicious. And guess what? I've cut the time in half. So let's get into it. All right, here are our ingredients for the Spanakopita Rustica. We're going to need 1 roll of phyllo dough, completely thawed. So I would thaw in the refrigerator at least overnight. 1 stick of butter, 4 ounces of feta cheese, and my secret ingredient, 4 tablespoons or a quarter cup of cream cheese, 4 cups of spinach, 1 small onion. You need some lemon zest, salt, pepper, and normally I use fresh garlic and fresh parsley, but it's a quarantine, so I have what I have, and we're going to use garlic powder and dried parsley instead, and it should come out just as delicious. Alright, so we're going to start preparing the Spanakopita filling. I have the stove on medium heat. That's heating up, and I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, about like 2 tablespoons in. And get to chopping our onion. This has been cooking for a couple minutes. Now we're going to add 4 ounces of crumbled feta cheese. This is really convenient because it comes right in a packet. And we just go cook that for another minute or so. My hound is over here. She's inspecting the process. Hi, Grace. All right, so again, I usually use fresh garlic for the Spanakopita, but this is all I got. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of garlic powder. And you can do it also to taste. You don't have to, you can add as much of garlic as you like. And you want to have the feta melt a little bit, and then so when you have the crumbled feta, it's going to melt a little bit, and then you're going to have little chunks in it, so it's delicious. Add a little parsley, again, maybe like a teaspoon. I like to just eyeball it. You can do that when you're cooking. Baking's different. All right, mix that up. All right, and then we're going to add just a little bit of lemon zest. Kind of brightens it up. Alright, should be good. And our secret ingredient, and this is where it gets nice and creamy too, so. And again, feel free to adjust the ingredients. You can put your own spin on this. You can add whatever you like. Dill, you can add, some oregano. I know a lot of people like to add those 2 spices to their Spanakopita. All right, you see how it got nice and creamy? Oh my God, it looks so good. Okay. Look at that. And last but not least, we're going to, well, first let's taste a little bit before we add the salt, because you don't want to go too overboard. The feta is really salty, and so is the cream cheese. So we're just going to taste it a little bit. Honestly, I think it's good. It does not need salt. Which you will not hear me saying that very often. But I am going to give it some freshly ground black pepper. Be as liberal as you want. Okay, and this is done. Okay, so we are letting our Spanakopita mixture, the filling, cool And while we're doing that, we're going to assemble our phyllo dough on the cookie sheet. I have a full-size cookie sheet lined with foil and lined with parchment paper. And what we're gonna do, we have everything prepped. We have our stick melted butter, just throw it in the microwave for like a minute or so. And we have our thawed phyllo dough. And then we're gonna get started. So what we basically have to do is build up a layer on the bottom and we're gonna do counterclockwise the phyllo sheets and then roll it all up on the edges. It's gonna come together super quick. I'll show you. I'm gonna lay down a couple sheets before I start putting the butter on. Okay. There we go. For you traditionalists, I did not clarify this butter. And to be honest, it really doesn't matter. I made it both ways. It's one less step. But what you can do is put a few different layers down at the time, and then you can pour the butter in. It's really not gonna make a difference if you butter each layer. Nobody's gonna, you know, panic. Again, remember, quick and dirty, quick and dirty. So that, I think I'm gonna do another go around and fill out. Basically what you want to fill any of these like empty spots and make sure you have enough dough to roll around on the edges. Okay, and if it sticks together, if it breaks, that's totally okay. It's totally fine. That's why we call it rustica. Okay. Some more butter, and again, remember, you're just focusing the melted butter in the center because this is going to be our bottom. Okay. All right. So you see, as you can see, we have all the spanakopita lined up on the side. There's really not too many missing parts. So I used about half of the pack of phyllo. If you have enough ingredients and resources and oven space, make 2 of these. Trust me, they're gonna go quick. So my mixture has cooled down sufficiently. So what we wanna do is just mound it up in the center first. Okay. Make sure you get every little last drop. This stuff is good. Right, Gracie? Gracie likes it. Okay, so now we want to spread it out a little over the edges. You don't want, it's not like a super thick pie. You know, you just want to cover the center. All right, so that looks good. You have about maybe like actually I'm gonna get the rest on the spoon because this stuff is too good to waste. All right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to fold and like roll up the rest of the phyllo dough towards the filling. And you see how it gets that nice rustic edge. It's gonna come out super flaky and delicious. Okay, and last but not least, you wanna take the rest of your melted butter. And you wanna be very generous with the edges. Make sure you're getting all the sides. All right. Actually, there's this one little piece that's lurking out there. You can see how the butter, you can just push that in and put it over. Okay. Spanakopita Rustica here. I sliced it into 8 pieces, but feel free to, you know, slice as big or as little as you'd like. And I'm going to serve up a piece. Now, I want my girlfriend Monica to try a piece, so we're going to get her on camera and do a real taste test. Look at that crust. It's so crispy and crusty and crunchy. I'm so excited for her to try this.
Do I have to use a fork? This is amazing. Wait. Wow. This is amazing. Wow.
You like it? Do you think the America's gonna like it? Our subscribers?
I do. And I think that every Greek American who is tired of having to like make this and it takes like 2 hours is gonna think it's amazing, because like last time I saw you was what, half an hour ago?
Yeah. It takes about about like 30-35 minutes.
And you just like totally blew this out. This is amazing.
Yay.
I'm leaving with this. Wow.